Welcome to the Tribune Scouting Report. I'm Jennifer Fierro here at the field house on the Burnet High School campus. Now, when it comes to rivalries, fans can simply throw out those records, and that's exactly what's going to happen when the Burnet Bulldogs play host to the Llano Yellow Jackets this Friday night. Of course, we're going to step in and talk to head coach Doyle Walker about that game. We're going to get his thoughts about the Taylor setback, and then we're going to hear from Rodney McGee, the father of Dallas Cowboys quarterback Stephen McGee. All that and more on the Tribune Scouting Report coming right up.
Fall season in Texas calls for Sunday afternoons with friends, football, and of course, barbecue. At Bill Smith Butane, we take care of your fuel needs. Refill your propane bottles at one of our convenient locations and save big money on regular exchange prices. Bill Smith Butane.
Join me on set, the head coach of the Burnet Bulldogs, Doyle Walker, and coach. Another heartbreaking. Another heartbreaking setback, 41-27 to Taylor. Going into this game, you told me that Taylor was the best one-win team you've seen,
Yep.
and I didn't believe you.
Yep. You know, without a doubt. And they're a good football team. And their starting quarterback was out, but they replaced him with a kid that probably throws the ball a lot better than he does. And I felt like this kid ran the offense better than he did. And he's a much bigger kid, stronger kid, not probably as much of a run threat as the other one was, but this kid was a good athlete. And we just got wore down, and that's all there was to it.
Of course, Taylor now, because here's what's interesting. See, it looks like Lampasas, Liberty Hill will be playing each other for what could be the district crown.
Right.
Salado and Taylor will meet for what looks like could be that third and final playoff spot.
Right.
And then you are at home against Llano this
Right.
week, and you probably think that Llano is also one of the best one-win teams you've seen this season.
Oh, without a doubt. And, everybody we play right now is good. And I said that going into district play, that you better be ready to play on any given Friday night, because anybody can step up and beat you, and that's what's happened. And Liberty Hill and Lampasas, they're playing for the district championship, and that's going to be a barn burner, because I mean you're two offensives that run the ball well and mix the pass in there when you least expect it, and two great defenses. I give the edge a little bit to Liberty Hill because I think their defense is a little bit better than Lampasas.
Wow. What do you think of Llano, the Yellow Jackets?
Hey, Llano's feisty, and those kids fight hard, and they get after it. And, we're going to have to play well to beat them. Coach Yeager has done a remarkable job over there with those kids, and he always does, and they're well coached, and so the Bulldogs are going to come out and play.
Y'all have had some classic battles over the years with Llano. I know that they were a slot T offense when you first started playing, or when you returned and David Yeager started leading that program or guiding that program.
Right.
They've since gone to more of a spread offense. Now with Leighton Rabb running the offense over there, it looks like they may have gone back to more of a slot T look. What are your impressions of them offensively?
Well, they're pretty explosive. They've got some kids back there that can run, and they throw the ball well, and so it's we've got to be on our toes, and we got to play well defensively, and we got to execute offensively is the main thing right now, I think.
Defensively, they've gone to a 4-3 look from the front seven. How's that working out for them?
Well, it's good. It's more like a 3-4. They've got 3 down linemen, and they've got 2 outside linebackers and 2 inside linebackers, and they're always going somewhere. They're changing their fronts, they're blitzing, they're coming at you from different directions. So, it's going to be a challenge.
Okay. Well, Coach, we look forward to hearing about it. Now, before we sign off, I think there's some special things going on this week. Are y'all trying to give away a truck?
Well, Cecil Atkinson out here, they're going to have a big a raffle, I guess, for the Bulldog pickup that we drive around and pull our equipment with, and they're going to pull 3 names out of a hat, and they're going to try to kick a field goal into the back of the pickup. And if somebody's fortunate enough to get in the back of the pickup, they get the pickup. So it could be interesting. I might even stand out there and watch that.
Coach, we wish you all the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks. We'll look forward to
You
seeing
bet.
you next week.
Thank
and
you.
we'll be right back.
We are established. We are qualified. We are certified. We are knowledgeable. We are dependable. We are Ken's Heating and Air. Our people make the difference.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining me now is Pastor Rodney McGee, former basketball coach for Burnet High School, father of legendary Bulldog quarterback Stephen McGee. You know, we could go on and on and on with the credentials and why you're such a great guy to come on and talk a little bit about the Bulldogs.
Well, I don't know about the credentials, and I don't know that I'm the best guy, and I'm certainly not an expert. But I do love the kids in our community, and it's been a real privilege for me to be able to be a small part of that and to enjoy them and watch them. It's been fun.
You know, one thing I've heard through the grapevine, and you and I haven't had a chance to talk about this, but I've heard this. I understand that there was a few weeks that have passed now where some of the athletes from Marble Falls actually came over here and did some sort of a youth gathering with some of the youth here at Burnet. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yes. I mean, it's been such a blessing, and I mean, of course, I coached here, for 20 years, but our church is a community church, and so we have, kids from really 5 different schools that go here. So we intentionally, allow our church colors to be different from what everyone is around here. But of course, I just think so much of, Burnet and Marble Falls kids especially, and we had the opportunity to have Zed Warner over, and his dad actually had a kid that got hurt that day. He couldn't come. But Weston Cosby, who's a member of our fellowship, and Doyle Walker came, and so the 3 of them spoke, even though Coach Warner could not come that evening. I've known him, just a great man, and just thank the world of, just these 2 programs, and I'm so proud of them, and I know that, sometimes with injuries and certain things that happen, we don't enjoy the certain successes that we hope that we could have. But we still love our teams, and we support them and believe in them. It's been a blessing. So
Sure, and obviously, Burnet right now has been struggling a little bit this season, still trying to get that elusive home field win. I think the Burnet faithful are, still so hungry for that. Of course, the flip side is they've been such great road warriors. What are your impressions of the 2011 Bulldog football team?
Again, I'm not an expert, and I do and have been able to watch them 3 or 4 times this year, and that has been a blessing because I love those kids. But I think very truthfully, it's been one of those years where currently we're just real with all the injuries. It's made it so difficult, and we don't want to make excuses because we know that teams have injuries. We have things in life that happen, so we play with what we have, and we play to the very best of our ability. But I have been so proud of them because they've competed well, and of course their staff I just think does a great job. And I love each one, and just thank the Lord for the coaches and the kids that we have. It's been a blessing. So.
Do you feel then that as time has passed, this legendary status of your son being the quarterback everybody else compares himself to, Jordan Shipley being the receiver everybody else compares him to, do you, just talking to them, do they realize or feel like they left a legacy here that everybody else has to follow?
Well, I know in Stephen's heart, I mean, he loves the community, and he just sees it as home. And he's just very grateful for the privilege that he had, and I know Jordan feels the same way. And so this is the folks that loved him, support him, as much as we enjoy, whatever level of athletics the good Lord lets us have. There's only one opportunity that you have to be a high school athlete, and so they appreciate that, and for whatever that they can give back to, this community. Well, they're very thankful for that.
No, I'm going to have to ask you about Stephen and his season with the Cowboys. What are his impressions, regarding the 2011 season and this 2011 team?
Well, I mean, right now it's early, and no one knows who's even going to win that division right now because it's been so up and down. And the games that Dallas has lost, they could have won. They've been close. And of course, Tony has been injured, and that has certainly not helped when your quarterback is hurt. And but in our mind, it's been a great year. I think that Jason and Mr. Jones have both made it very clear that they were so pleased with Stephen's fall camp and for what he's able to accomplish in the the preseason and all those things. And I think that he's matured and he's healthy and he's strong and all those great things. So I think he just loves the Cowboys. He loves Jason Garrett, and he very much knows that he's on a mission and what he wants to accomplish. And until he can someplace start and win a Super Bowl, well, he's not going to be happy. But on the other side, we're just grateful that he's in Dallas and that he is where he is. I think sometimes he probably looks around and sees some, certain players are getting play in certain teams, and you say, wow, that wouldn't be bad. But, chances that this year there'll be John Kitna's last year, who's just an incredible man and been such a great quarterback for so many years in the NFL. It's helped Stephen so much, but it looks like this will be, his last year. So if Stephen's fortunate enough to work himself up that ladder, then that would be a good situation for him in another year and all. And who knows what's going to happen, but we just are really hoping that we can get it going and make it, what it needs to be. He's having a great time.
Okay. Well, as always, we appreciate it.
Oh,
Thanks for
gosh.
fitting us in.
Well,
Wish Stephen the best for us. We're
thank
always
you,
watching.
thank you. I'm so honored that I could be a small part, and again, not an expert. Okay, just looking at the outside, looking in, but just appreciate what you guys do and for what you give to our kids, and we're supporting them and loving them. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. All right, sir. We'll be right
Very
back
good.
with some closing thoughts. A hard-hitting game. That's truly how this game between the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets can be summarized. And that's because both teams simply bring out the very best in each other. Quarterback Leighton Rabb will want to roll out and establish a running game. He's going to hand the ball off to Rhett Brooks, who's moved from quarterback to running back. And of course, it's going to be imperative that the Bulldogs simply tackle well and they pursue to the ball better than they have before. On the other side of the ball, Nick Melvin will want to do the same thing, create a good, strong passing game in order to allow Damon Belmarez to have some running room and to get the running game going. Whichever team can enforce its will on the other will lead to certain victory. No matter what happens Friday night, we're going to be there, capturing all the highs and lows of this great rivalry game between Burnet and Llano. Till then, I'm Jennifer Fierro. We'll catch you next week.